Why do so many small businesses fail to generate leads? There's a lot of really good reasons, and we're going to go through all of them. So, one of the things that we know is a real challenge for businesses that are growing is that they have maybe contracted individual vendors to help them with individual aspects of their marketing. They hire a social media person, they hire someone to help them with email marketing, they hire somebody to do their website. What they're not doing well is hiring somebody to do the strategy on how all of these elements work together. So, what you wind up with as a business owner is a website that was designed maybe visually, but lacking in messaging or not really targeting SEO. The visual elements are great, but maybe they are slow to load on mobile. So there's a lot of things to consider on compromises here or improvements there. And really, what you need is someone to strategize all of the elements together in order to see the best results. The one thing that we see is that your SEO strategy when your website was designed was not implemented well or comprehensively. There's a lot of elements to SEO. It also changes quite frequently. So it may not even be the failing of your original web developer. It's just that by the time they finished your site, the whole standards had changed already. Another thing that we see is just the messaging is not right. Your calls to action aren't clear, or maybe they don't create that emotional hook that really makes somebody want to say, yeah, you know what, that's me and I need help. Sometimes websites are designed with visuals in mind and not performance. So, user experience, user interface, and making sure that it loads quickly are really important elements if you want your site to perform well over time, not just because of the user, but because these are also essential pieces that Google looks at when it decides which site it wants to rank high. Your website likely doesn't need a major overhaul, depending on whether or not you did some branding work, how old your website is. You may be able to just do some basic improvements to see the kind of change that you want. Things like making sure that your language is relating to your specific buyer, ensuring that your calls to action have clear language, and that you've really set the stage on, well, what happens when they contact you? What's the next step? What are they committing to when they say, yes, I do want you to call me? Some quick checks you can do as a novice on whether or not your website is the problem includes basic things like, does your website show up for searches in Google if you're looking for your specific businesses? How does your website load on mobile? Have you tested all the links? Do they all work? Do the images load okay? Do they load quickly? And if you have any things that they can engage with, does it take them to the right page afterwards? And do you feel like when you're going through the site that the messaging really matches your business? When we think of branding, we usually think of colors, everything that you experience when you interact with a company, so the people that you see, the messaging that you hear, the voice that comes across when they are landing on your website. Your website is your best salesperson when done right. So if you have a website that is visually where you want it, but you're not really sure why you're not seeing people engage with it, it may be good to do an audit and speak with somebody that can take an outside look and evaluate it for things like SEO, AIO, which is artificial intelligence optimization, user experience, user interface, branding. And a lot of web agencies can offer you just a very general consultation where they can take a look at it and assess maybe where some weaknesses are. First Call, I feel we are particularly adept at that because we have such a skilled team of people that have expertise in each of these individual areas. And so we can evaluate it very thoroughly, find the weaknesses, and give you some insights into what you can do to strengthen them, whether that's with us or not. So we are very happy to provide insights and support to local businesses. Anyways, I hope this was helpful.